Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smite Pro League. Gandhi joined by DM. DM is not wearing a vest. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way right now. We should be perfectly fine. Everything's going to be kosher. Now, starting up here, we are going to have Fat Chunks taking on Team Thurst.
That's right. The two fish at the bottom of the barrel are now going to try to fight for the light as they move towards the top. There has been a very noticeable skill difference in North America between the top four and the bottom two. This game, I think, is going to spell the end of one team.
Yeah, for sure.
Thirst or Fat Chunks right here are going to take a loss they're not going to be able to come back from.
Yeah, well, fortunately, at least one of these teams will be walking away with a win here. We've kind of figured out the magical number is going to be about 13 losses, means you're almost mathematically
I think
counted
that's
out.
GG.
Yeah, it's GG at 13 losses. But let's go ahead and on the bright side of things, go ahead and get into the game. Starting off, already a ban of Nemesis.
That's right. Nemesis gets taken away immediately. You saw it on the board. Bakasura gets taken away as well as Thanatos. The bottom left, that actually is a Nemesis ban there, despite it not being there. So assume she's there. And then,
Yeah, she's there. She's there.
Oh, look, Geb?
Hey, you know, he's getting a lot of respect now. He is getting banned out so fast.
Like he should have been to begin with. Also, just realized that there were patch notes today, and I read through them, and I got mad about some things, and I was hyped about some things.
Okay.
And Geb wasn't even mentioned. It's, I think I'm gonna have like a coronary, like a heart attack.
See, I get to. Yeah, no, I got you. I'm sure you went on your little spree on your.
Speaking of OP characters. Mercury somehow makes it through the.
He's been making it through a lot, though.
Whatever.
I mean, taking a look at the bans here, right? With Thanatos being gone is basically a direct shot at Wolfie.
Right.
And this happened the last time. And, you know, Wolfie's Thor was a little bit lack. But, you know, now looking at it, I mean, Freya, Athena, and then the final pick in is going to be Ra. So Fat Chunks is looking really, really good already with their team composition. And then on the other side, I mean, they do have Apollo.
Apollo and Mercury,
Yep.
I mean, that looks good to me. Strangely, Rama has not been picked up here. Freya on the left side could be a jungler. More than likely, though, she has been picked up for that hunter role a lot in that ADC. So it's hard for me to say if we're going to see a Rama in this game. Thirst has a ban phase coming up as well. It's going to be hard to say what they're going to go into. Do they ban the Rama anyway? I don't know, but it looks like the Wind Serpent has been picked up there.
Yeah, and he got hit with the Nerf stick. He got hit with the Nerf stick bad, which thank God. Screw those whirlwinds.
You know,
they are
honestly, I would have liked to see a buff to the 2, making the slow immunity maybe last 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay.
And then reducing the damage that whirlwind does. You know,
would have been almost ideal. Yeah.
Right. You know, give him more movement, but they have to take away something from that whirlwind. It's a nightmare. I think, like I am, Thirst is assuming that Freya is going to be going into that hunter role as they take out the Osiris. Now, of course, this could be a solo as well, albeit a tiny bit unlikely. The Allfather getting taken away as well. And then Kumbhakarna gets locked in.
And, you know, he's actually starting to see a little bit more play here, and ever since
a little
the
bit
bye
indeed
week.
with 6% pick ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little bit, right? He went from 0, basically, and that the only time he was actually picked before the bye week was like, oh, I don't know if we like Bacchus or not. Let's go ahead and grab him just because it's my comfort zone. Is that? Yeah?
Aurora. I mean, this could be jungle Nasha. This could be support Nasha with Athena jungle. Either way, let's see.
It could be.
We're not in trading phase yet. Jaco still has to pick his final pick. They're hovering onto Serket, who is still bugged. Something I don't super recommend. Her damage is definitely lacking. She doesn't have that kill potential.
It's a little bit gone.
She'll be back next week though.
Yeah, they did fix that, so once those patch comes out, it's going to be good, but it looks like we are going to see a Loki here.
Okay.
A little bit of assassin there, and as all things are considered, I mean, the thing about this team is, right, like, looking at Fat Chunks, like, I did their match last night, and Bart and I were basically like, this could be their ideal team.
Right.
Like, we have no idea. They might be so confident with this squad, even though when you look across over to Thirst, it's like, Mercury, Apollo, Kukulkan.
Strong. It's real strong.
Yeah.
Quick, I want to talk about the chunks here. Cyclone Spin is going to be taking Nasha to the solo lane. Of course, Neath is on Samshu currently. Aurora picks up Athena, which is strange to me that he's going into a normal Guardian instead of like Fenrir or Thor or, I don't know, like Kukulkan.
And Fenrir actually wasn't banned. And last night we actually saw Fenrir get banned as well.
They're afraid of Aurora, and they should be, man. That guy's Fenrir is no joke. Unique's going to take Freya into the jungle, and obviously Herwind, from that point, will be taking Rot into the mid lane.
Now, let me ask you something here. Speaking about the Chunks, right? Everyone kind of says, like, oh, looking at their record, it's like, how in the world are they here, right? Like, they've contested, but they haven't really seen, and much success. And a lot of people chalk that up to them getting into the SPL by doing unconventional stuff. Do you think they should go back to that?
I think, and this might not be everyone's favorite opinion right now, but I think the Chunks got in there off of a different roster.
Okay.
Back, when Soulshiner was still rocking, and Kiki was helping out at one point, and they had, I think there was a few other players. I don't know if it was DJ Pernicus or not. I don't think so. That guy's been on like a million
There's
teams.
been a lot of change.
It's hard to change, but Chunks had a completely different roster going in. To that regard, I do think that this is the current strongest roster they've had now that they've become acclimated to themselves. Their older roster was stronger before this team started to get their chemistry in line, but they're starting to do a little bit better now. At the end of the day, though, I think the older roster was a little bit better.
Yep.
Up until maybe this week. We're going to see some strength. Going into this, I think Fat Chunks have maybe a small disadvantage with just Mercury being on the field and Wolfie having one of the, I think, best gank potentials in the entire world. That Infusion's going to have Loki, which is a nightmare. The issue is that they have a lot of single target damage aside from Draco Malfoy, meaning if they don't get a big hit on the 9 wins, it's just going to come down to the fact that Cyclone Spin has basically an instant kill option on somebody.
Yeah, a lot of focusing here. And then on top of that, looking at in the same regards as speaking about team changes, finally Thurst has had a consistent roster here. And by that I mean it's lasted this week. We have Astro Squared coming in for the second time here. He's actually going to be doing the
Astro's
Hunter.
there.
Yeah, Astro's going to be filling in from last he played in last night's game as well.
I like Astro.
Yeah?
I think he is a very good player.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
But
this
he's on
puts
a new
El
team.
Brochacho into the Guardian role, which is definitely his comfort zone, which is always going to be good.
Now who's missing? Is that Osmos? Osmos/Neyruma. Right,
Neyruma.
Neyruma put Brochacho into the
Hunter role,
didn't
which just
work.
was a nightmare.
Traded hit back out for Osmos, who only plays Kronos. Didn't work. Now Astro's going to
Why you gotta hate on the Kronos, man?
It doesn't work.
Come on, the Kronos. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. But taking a look at the teams here, Unique, Aurora, Hurrywin, Cyclone Spin, and Samshrew, the most unorthodox hunter we have in the SPL. Ooh. Under 400 gold per minute, though.
Ooh.
And yeah, a lot of the guys in the production side of things are saying, like, maybe he should be a solo laner, which is something to think about.
He does.
I could see it.
He has a very unique god pool that I think would lend a little bit better to the solo. To that same regard, I mean, Cyclone's really not having any trouble. It'd be hard to take away someone who's doing well on his team. In fact, if you were to look at any one person on this team that I think does well, never mind. I would put that on Aurora. Aurora is
right. Yeah, you're getting crazy. So
crazy.
Instead of Neyruma, there it is going to be Astro, and I mean, obviously taking a look at the stats is going to be tough. But let's go ahead and take a look at the gods here and see what we're going to be gearing up for in today's first matchup here in the SPL.
Brochacho is the angriest guy. That is the angriest face in the Smite Pro League.
Yeah.
What a far shot comparison to Shadow Nightmare, who's like smirking in a suit.
Yeah, right. He's just like, hey man, how's things going? And Samshrew's got the mean mug here, and he's actually going with a semi-conventional hunter pick here.
Yeah, he's going
global presence.
I think that's good. You were just talking about how he should be in the solo lane because, he's a farmer. That's what he likes to do.
Yep.
And in this case, at least he'll be able to farm and still have a presence around the map. The Chunks not having the strongest showing, nor is Thurst. Now, it should be noted, though, that Chunks have one extra game so far. They actually, no, I'm sorry, they're tied.
No, they're tied. They both have played 11 games. 9 plus 2 is 11. So is 1 plus 10.
All right, so Thurst could tie up for 5th seed here. Unfortunately, neither team gaining a win will bring them into contention yet for that LAN invitation. For right now, it's going to straight up come down to, can Fat Chunks hold on to this lead? They really need to continue on.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough. You're basically looking at, if you're fans of either of these teams, you are looking at a near perfect road until the end of the SPL. And so with that said, we are going to go ahead and hop into the game here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the items right away. Cyclone Spin bringing out the
Herwin's at half health. I made you look.
Go
ahead.
You.
Go ahead.
No, you know what? That's what I get for trying to correct you on math.
I do like math.
Of course you do. You would, and you also like English. It eats at my soul.
Oh, so you have a soul. That's wonderful. I was starting to question.
Yeah. Okay.
Heavy Hammer coming out onto Nasha. Now, something to note at home, guys, Nasha does have AoE attacks. His fourth attack in his chain is a giant AoE attack, doing double its normal damage. His third hit also has is a single target, but has an increased scaling as well. So his attack chain, well, one of the first characters, if not the first characters, to have an attack chain. His is definitely one of the strongest, and his clear is actually, I think, a little bit undervalued comparatively to how strong it really is.
Yeah, I think so. And why do you think it is that we haven't seen much of Nisha?
Plain and simple, it's because he's too easily baited. His ultimate, even when it does a lot of damage, puts him in a very bad position because you can't use it raw. If you use it raw, there's a 50 to 60% chance that you're going to miss it outright. It's very easy to dodge. If you use the sash properly to get in and then use the ultimate, when you land, you put yourself in a bad spot. If you're even able to bring them up, most people are reactionary to the point where they can activate the beads before actually getting hit by the ultimate. But remember, if you're hit by the ultimate and then beads before you go up, you still go up.
Oh, look at this. They're going for the early invade here.
I love it.
Unique and Cyclone. Will they be able to get it? Nope. Maybe it looks going to be
there. There's a ward right there.
Yep. They might actually be able to get this, though.
They have
Hand of the Gods was not used, and it's a little bit premature, and now they're
double
going to get
hand.
countered.
Double hand.
Double hand.
And level
wow.
2. Look at the damage coming through. Huge slow from the ring. Heavy Hammer proccing once. Oh, Wolfie's in a lot of trouble, getting slowed by the pulse. Can catch up? First blood. Fusion made the worst possible decision there by walking back in. The ring came off cooldown, bounced it off to Wolfie, did enough damage to burn it down, and now look at the rotation. Watch Unique here.
Yeah, and Jaco Malfoy actually getting a really bad end. And that was a perfect spot for Jaco, too, because, you know, those whirlwinds are so easily hit when you're going into the jungle side of things. So it's like, oh, you want to come through this pathing? Excuse me while I blow you up.
Oh, we're not checking out the right side here. On the right, you can see Cyclone Spin actually doing a great job by utilizing his attack chain before the creeps get there. So you see him actually winding up. He'll swing once in the air, twice in the air, and then as he walks in, the third one's going to hit the front minion. Sometimes it's a Gladiator for extra damage, and then AoE on the fourth hit to get as most as possible. Now, bottom side, the red has been taken. Unique has a huge line here and a great amount of experience. Now, Wolfie not too far behind, considering he was getting some solo experience, but he is only level 2, and he's still stuck in this lane.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And plus, Cyclone's been, you know, getting the solo experience. I mean, he's going to be a little bit ahead. He's going to hit level 4 relatively soon here, which is going to be huge for him. And we do see Unique is going to rotate over. Now, as we all know, Freya coming out of the jungle is an absolute beast. She does so much damage, and so many people sleep on her. And even from the order side, she's one of the best junglers to have.
Definitely. I mean, that ultimate by itself, huge chase potential. And what I'm really worried about here for Fusion is the fact that he got killed, right? He goes back, but all that gold wasted, he's on a timer right now. He is a time bomb. And he's in trouble. Level 5 Cyclone Spin. Is he going to bring him up? He's got him in the air.
Wow, that's
one shot's going to do 2, 3, landing, and he's got him.
And the thing that's tough about that is now he's even further behind. Cyclone Skin is going to be able to get this entire... What?
He's still 100 gold. That's the worst number, 100 gold behind from finishing Heartseeker. He has to leave the base and then go back to finish it. In fact, he actually spent some money there on potions.
He has to do something. Look at this. Cyclone Spin's going to push this wave. He's going to move all. He's going to lose not only all this experience, but all this gold, and then possibly another wave as well is going to be doing a lot of damage. And now Cyclone Spin's going to come back hitting like a truck.
Cyclone actually opts into Aegis here after the combat boots. Now, I'm pretty surprised to see him go directly into boots. Nasha, a character that you don't really think about when in terms of early game movement speed. If he's not a jungler, can use the ring from far away, sash to close distance. So to see him try to go into this kind of damage instead of just rushing crit for the damage up in the air, that's rough to me. Now, I know you guys don't see a lot of Nasha. Remember, his ultimate, which can be crit, will get affected by Deathbringer.
Oh, does it really?
Yes, so it does 50% extra damage in the air with that Deathbringer online. Now, Fusion's going to go back. Finally has the Heartseeker online, 100 extra gold as well, but not spent. Looks like he's going to hold on to that for now. Still very far behind.
God, yeah, and he's losing this wave as well. Cyclone's been level 7.
Yeah.
I was going to say 11,
but
just because of 7-11. I haven't seen one of those down here in Georgia. I kind of miss a Slurpee. You don't like Slurpees?
No, I don't like anything. How long have you been here?
I despise you. Well, Cyclone Spin is staring down. He wants to. He needs to keep snowballing this short lane as much as humanly possible.
You know, Nasha is actually one of the most damaging characters in the game. Notably has a... Oh, watch this. Look at the grouping. Level up. Actually swings Gets, oh, but he misses the back line. Doesn't quite hit all 6. I was seeing him like group up for the 6th hit. Didn't quite get it. But still, level 6 now for Unique. Level 7 coming out from Cyclone Spin. Now, Wolfie, I think, actually has a higher experience per minute than Unique right now. In fact, actually, they're quite even. But into the jungle they go is Loki cannot find Cyclone Spin.
Oh, this is a big rotation here coming out of the Thurst. They do have Jacob Malfoy here. Uh-oh, El Brochacho.
Oh,
he's going to manage to stay alive, though.
That's a big waste right there. Double ultimate used as a deterrence, and now a major 5-man grouping has come over. Samshrew's just kind of chilling in the base, charging up this ultimate, realizes he doesn't need it. They're backing off, but so much time is being wasted right now on the side of Thurst.
Yeah, Thurst, actually. And they don't even get the camp. Cyclone Spin's going to be going in. Fusion OP. Going in invisible. He's going to run right past them.
I thought Aurora saw that.
The Whirlwind's going to be there as well. Unique taking a lot of damage. You can just see why it's getting nerfed as so much damage is going to happen. El Brochacho's going to be there. 9 wins making its presence felt. And now Cyclone Spin, is he going to try to fight this? Aurora's going to be here. There's going to be a couple people low. And he's in a bad scenario. He's going to take one up to the sky. He is going to just wait on death, though.
Yeah, I don't see him getting out of this one. The Aegis, though, real big. Samshrew actually going to use the ult. He is not.
There's no way he lives.
Oh, he's going to need something here. Wolfie, not a lot of mana. Oh, and here comes Athena.
Uh-oh. They have to be careful.
Oh, made him look.
Made you look. Going to be doing the damage.
Roar.
Oh, he's going to go for the dive. No. He's got to be careful here. Hurrywind's going to be there for the follow-up, and there's going to be a hero. Just a little bit of damage. He's got to get it. He is able to get it. And now the laser.
So they lost 2 for 3 there on the chunks, which instantaneously, math, 3 greater than 2, it seems like Thurst won that. But all the while, left lane, Samshrew is just chilling.
Oh, yeah, just last hitting everything in sight. Look at him.
Astro hasn't been back to lane in like a month.
Yeah?
417 experience per minute right now for Astro. We're seeing 458 now for Samshrew, putting him at a pretty big advantage, almost level 8 at this point. Not to mention has got a decent amount of gold to him as well, 3,300 for Astro comparatively to Samshrew with 3,573, despite the fact that he doesn't have that assist. And, of course, great lane presence.
Samshrew just trying to farm up. That's what he loves. And he needs to, because his gold per minute as a whole is not very good in the SPL. So he's trying to work on that, I think, just a little bit, trying to stay more committed to his lane. With the unconventional picks, he tries to he gets a little bit carried away with going into mid lane and rotating. And I think it's good that he's finally just staying rooted in a lane.
So I'm looking at Wolfie here. I think all eyes are really on the Mercurian jungler. He's trying to find more damage. Plain and simple, he needs kills for that. He's 1-1-1 right now, has about 600 gold in hand, and is at 3,900, which actually puts him on, is actually the highest on his team with El Brochacho. Is he going to go in here? I see him charging the Sonic Boom in the background. Cyclone Spin is just not at all affected by the looming threat of Mercury.
He's not afraid. He's okay with taking it. Uh-oh, Sonic Boom's going to make it known, and Cyclone Spin's taking a lot of damage. Look at that damage. Fusion, rest in peace. Athena's going to be there, hits the taunt, and now she's actually going to keep going here. There's going to be some damage, but there's no way Wolfie is going to die. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Cyclone's like, just wait for it, Aurora. Just be ready to go. Don't bait it. Don't show them that you're going to do it. Just wait for it. And as soon as they went on him, bang, ultimate comes out. He deals with the damage. They find another kill. Fusion for the fourth time this game goes down. Again, cutting those Heartseeker stacks in half.
Well, Aurora is really the glue of Fat Chunks. Everyone's kind of accepted that. Even though he does unconventional Guardian picks, he still always shows up every single time.
He's a genius.
And he's really good at what he does. He breaks the meta, and by doing that, it's almost guaranteeing them a win.
I think he is far beyond the bottom 2 route that he has been on for a while. Oh, Mesmerize. We're going to see a big shot here coming from Brochacho. Samshrew taking damage. Here comes Wolfie again. Is he going to find the special delivery? Major Look going to do some damage. Oh, the taunt's going to be good there. Watch Jaco Malfoy in the backside.
Oh, Searing Pain. So much damage. 9 wins is going to be there doing some damage. Now Astro, excuse me, he's going to be trying to chase him down. Jaco Malfoy trying to be there. Oh. No follow-up as Aurora is going to be a little bit late to the party.
He got him with the reach.
Oh, my God.
He got him with the reach in the back. Jaco Malfoy going to get pushed right back in. He actually uses his beads as well.
The banish!
Oh, he finds it over the wall there. Jaco using the last bit of his mana. Is he going to be able to get out of there? He shouldn't have turned around. He had nothing to offer. Irradiate's doing a ton. Goodbye on the pulse. Another kill for the Chunks.
Oh my God, Cyclone Spin actually just threw him up to the sky. Unique's going to be able to feast on him. Actually, Wolfie's just going to be decapitated up in the air anyways. Chunks, not only did they win that fight, but now we're seeing a Gold Fury here at 9 minutes. Things are looking ever so perfectly.
When you're a support, even if you're low health, you stick around in the fight because you want to make sure you can body block. You want to make sure every last bit of mana was used. They trusted Cyclone Spin to get that kill.
Oh my God, Brochacho!
He doesn't have Sleepy.
A little bit caught here. He's going to be able to knock him up just a little bit. He does have the ult, and down he goes by Samshrew. Will Astro get followed up on? Nope. He's going to be able to wisely get out of there. Meanwhile,
look, they switched
I was
again.
just getting ready to say, I love this play. Samshrew actually doing this last night as well. He does have to be careful. Loki is going to be lurking, and he's like, oh yeah, come on, I dare you, Fusion. I dare you. Uh-oh.
Not in the right spot at all. Samshrew will take some damage, but check out the Unravel. Heals up not only is going to reduce his attack speed.
Oh, look at this! Oh, he was waiting for it. Searing Pain.
Again, doing a ton of damage. Herwin has had a huge presence this game.
Yeah, and you know, Chunks is one of the only teams I've noticed who actually go for this rotation, and it's so smart to bring.
There's literally no reason not to.
Yeah, especially when you're bringing gods like in the European scene, like on her into lane. It's like, oh, you're going to put on her in the short lane? Sure, go for it. He's going to bully everyone.
There are very few gods in the game that can joust on her effectively.
Yeah.
He has every tool you could possibly want for a solo laner. He has a knockback that can stun you. He has a giant range slow that will persist, increasing his damage. He has a jump that knocks people back, and a CC immune ult that blows people to smithereens.
Yep. Now, taking a look at the charts here, 4,500 gold difference and 4,500 experience difference. Thurst really needs to figure out a solution here. As Cyclone Spin's going to go in on Astro, he's going to do about half health. He's going to go ahead and dance out of there, and he's going to take that little bit of victory and then rotate out because he does have a ward right by Gold Fury. So he's like, oh, I see you, Brochacho.
Uh-oh, Banish just barely going to miss. Fusion is going to dodge, but he's going to run into Herwin here. He will be spotted. They're going to turn to Herwin. Unique in the backline, finds Wolfie with the ultimate. Raw heal, giving him up, allowing Aurora to get in there safely. Fusion, again, forced out. They're going to be able to steal this. Oh, my God, the damage for
perfect. Brilliant. I mean, a little bit of overkill there with the Searing Pain, to say the very least. But, dude, they are dominating.
If by overkill you mean Fusion is over being killed at his 5th death in 11 minutes.
This might be one of the earliest Fire Giants.
There's nothing. This is free.
This is not only a free one. This actually might be the fastest Fire Giant we've have in the SPL. And look at this. It's getting chunked away. They're doing a good rotation. You have Hurrywin there with the heals as well. And this is brilliant. 1140 Fire Giant here for the Chunks. And now look at Fusion. He's like, something's afoot.
Yeah, he's actually walking over. You know, he doesn't even realize his buff is down. It is the worst feeling in Smite. I'm sure any of you at home who have ever been in this situation could attest. It is the absolute worst feeling when you realize that there are 4 people missing on a map, and you go, crap.
Oh, yeah, and you look at your inventory, and you're like, oh, I forgot to buy wards too.
Well, Thurst in a world of hurt, as they're going to have to contend with 50 extra damage coming out from Cyclone Spin. That alone is enough to really make them scared. In hand right now, Cyclone is less than 100 gold away from Deathbringer.
That's not good.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. And on top of that, we already seen Shell level 1 coming out for a Roar. And just look at the item difference, right? Hurrywin does have his Warlock Sash up. We have a Demonic Grip getting ready to be finished.
This is not good for Thurst. I still don't think this is good for Thurst. Look at this. Yeah, immediately deterred. Ring going to be perfect. Wolfie super low already. Reach going to be in. There's the ultimate. And that was Raw, which means he bounces back. They switch it off. Immediately, Sleepy gets activated. Unique going to be able to pick that one up as Cyclone turns in.
Oh, the stun. Astra's actually in a world of trouble as well. Herwin not able to get the follow-up there. And now look at this. Look how perfect this is for Samshrew. He gets a whole wave to himself, and he's probably going to be able to push down this tier 2 all by his little lonesome while his teammates distract everything and probably get this tier 2
Look at the Raw heal. Don't forget the Fire Giant buff also grants you extra damage to towers, blowing it up. The tier 2 on the left side is going to be taken down in 13 minutes. Tier 2 on the right side already getting pressured. Now Fusion is rotating, but I got to tell you, he does not have a lot of damage. He is not a threat.
He's got to be careful. I mean, luckily he does have Wolfie right there as well, so if he wants to charge up the Sonic Boom and they want to go in on this, they can. But Samshrew has to be a little bit careful here. Wolfie is going to spot him. He has seen him, and he's like, Fusion, you want to go in on this? And Fusion's like, dude, I'm way behind.
You know, yesterday the Chunks had such a great lead over COG. It seemed like they had an attempt, you know, but their late game, it was just
Well, they turtled, right? They let their foot off the gas pedal.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It seems like they don't understand how to play in the late game, which I think is something that plagues every team that's not currently in the top 10. With that, it seems that Chunks are really just like finally coming into their own. They're starting to understand it a little bit more, and I think with the shot calls, whoever might be making the calls here increase, it seems like there's a much bigger strength. Now, eyes on Brochacho, level 10 right now, gonna try to make something. I mean, he can't let this go for free.
I don't think he can really contest anything here. Cyclone Spin's going to start zoning. So is Aurora. They're not worried about it. Brochacho is going to come in there, getting a little bit of stun there, and it's not reset, so he's just taking damage for no reason. Epic Uppercut's going to come in. Here comes the Tides of the 9, and now Brochacho's going to go down. Here comes Herwin.
Thurst got the Gulf Fury as well. They do find 1 kill so far, but Cyclone picking off Wolfie. A nice ultimate combo.
Oh, brilliant taunt. Astro, rest in pieces, my man. You are going to go down to Cyclone Spin. All the while, we do have a little bit of a split push there. We do have Fusion in contention for it. He's going to telegraph this. Needs so safe.
Nasha currently 9-1-3, 9,300 goals. Dude, even with the Gold Fury going the way of Thirst, they're still up 8,000 gold in 15 minutes.
Dude, Cyclone Spin has done 13,000 player damage in 15 minutes.
I wonder how much of that is just ring. It's almost a frightening thought.
10,000 of it.
It's a frightening thought to think that the ring literally used to do over twice that amount of damage.
You're kidding.
It used to bounce like 7 or 8 times every rank, on top of the fact that it used to do more damage than it does now. Base on top of the fact that it never decayed as it bounced.
So now take a look at the minimap here in your top right, okay, everybody. You will notice that the Fire Giant has led to 1, 2, 3, 4 towers being destroyed. They only had 1 tower down.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no towers left.
Yeah, there's no towers left now.
They've
done a fantastic job with the Fire Giant buff here. They've also done an amazing job at controlling Thirst jungle.
Yeah.
If you guys would notice, I mean, you can just tell just in the solo lane, right? Like Wolfie had to cater to the speed buff because
there is not a single buff right now on any member of Chunks. I mean, I'm sorry, of Thirst.
Yeah, that's traditionally a problem. And look at this. Okay. Demonic Grip's online. He's so close to Bancrofts as well. That's going to be a Witchblade as well in hand, an Obsidian Shard acquired by Herwin. On the other side, Brochacho finally has a Sovereignty online, and Jotuns is done in Wolfie.
Right, and Samshrew with the Witchblade, though, I mean, that's going to shut down so much damage. Fusion gets neutered by taking 25 damage away from him. I mean, that's...
Wait, what's going on with this teleport?
Who has Nope. I'm not. I have no analytics for why.
Yeah, I actually just saw it, and it was level 3, and I was like,
I mean, the only thing I could think of is that he's going to just turtle his butt off until they get to a certain team fight point. Right now wouldn't be a bad spot. Herwind actually, yeah, he's gonna get the heal off. Aurora technically taking no damage.
That's 2 people just zoning out almost the entire team of Thirst, 4/5 of them, as we are going to see Apollo finally start to farm a little bit in the mid lane. He does have to be careful. Loki as well has to be careful, but they're grouped up for this Fire Giant, man. This is going to be a 17-minute one as well, and I think they're going to get this for free. Look at Freya and Aurora just really zone out everyone of Thirst. They can't get close.
I mean, what can they honestly do? Unique by himself against 4 people right now is just not even threatened. Banishes and run away. Astro trying to do some damage. There's the teleport. They actually almost sniped him on the teleport. Fusion just barely escaping. Is going to be forced out as well. His beads are down.
Yep, beads are going to be down. Whirlwind's going to be doing its job, though. You can just see it's taken away.
Beads down again. Aurora going to have that taunt up. He actually got body blocked by the creeps there. Brochacho and Wolfie coming back in. Nice backflip from Samshrew to keep him out of danger.
Yep. Brilliant backflip here, and meanwhile...
Oh, the Fire Giant's down!
Oh, Fire Giant's down? Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I was watching Samshrew try to kill people.
What?
I was watching the
fight.
Like, it's 18 minutes. They shouldn't be.
I said it. Pay attention to me. Anyways, Aurora down goes 1. Unique's going to be able to get that. Unique's going to have Valkyrie's discretion. Rest in peace, Wolfie. Fusion taking a decent amount of damage. Samshrew now is going to turn his focus to the Phoenix.
I think that's it, my man.
This might be it. Cyclone's been waiting to try to get his hands on one person here.
Right there, that tornado is the analogy for me. I mean, it didn't hit the creeps. It didn't hit the players. It just doesn't seem that Thirst has an opportunity to get anything. Huge ring going to kill him inside the fountain. Herwin once again going to steal that one away with a Phoenix down. 2 members pushing in. Actually, you're just seeing Samshrew keep Jaco locked in the fountain. Thirst going to fall to A pretty low record here. Chunks making a name for themselves, showing that they have come to play. 22-6 with an 1848 Titan kill. Destruction.
1740, second Fire Giant. Second. First one came at 11:39. They did an amazing job here, and I think that's really what they were working on yesterday, right? Like, we saw them, and we were like, okay, you know what? Fat Chunks, they're coming to play. They look pretty consistent, but the problem was is they just turtled up, and they didn't end it. In this game, they showed no signs of weakness, and they just pedaled to the metal, didn't care, and they stomped.
Absolute destruction. Cyclone Spin coming out with the random stuff. Puts up 16,000 cute boy damage, having no issue whatsoever. Sam Shrew putting up 10K as well. Jaco Malfoy actually having a great showing this game. 2-1-2 despite the overall push. 11,400. This all boils down to Fusion. Yeah, you know what? Production just told me it comes down to the invade replay. Yep. We're going to show it right here. The entire game fell to pieces.
It was amazing.
On Fusion OP's decision to walk back into this fight. It fell. It crumbled. Now check this out. The double hand's going to be cute. They even try to bait the middle a little while longer.
Yeah, with the first hand, right?
Well, they say like, hey, we maybe not have two.
Yep.
Watch Fusion's rotation here.
Ah, right there.
No, right here.
Right here.
It's coming up. He's going to get out and then walk back in.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Not the best look, but on top of that, just taking back another look at the stats here, 6,000, almost 7,000 player healing coming out of Herwin, who's doing more healing than he actually did damage on the map.
That's right.
That's what you call a teammate.
That's crazy. So Chunks gonna put their record up to 3-9,
yep.
Which is it's low. It's not a great record.
It's not great, but even looking at it over, if you compare it to Europe, right now they'd be okay, right? They'd be tied for last, looking at 5th place. But in here, they're still way behind Snipe. Depending on what happens in this next matchup, if the top 4 teams really just start like fizzling out and they're like, oh, we have this locked up, we could see it.
Really, with the way that Snipe has been kind of falling off here, Fat Chunks might be able to contend for this seat. Thirst at 1-11. That hurts.
1-11, they basically have 2 games.
Right.
They have 2 games to work with. They are in complete do or die. And who do they actually play next? Do you have that up there
let's
for me?
see. The next game that we're going to see is going to be Cog Red on Sunday.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Rough. Now, speaking of Fat Chunks fighting for the seat, they are really trying to get into that 4th place spot. Snipe cannot let that go if they want to stay in this. And tonight we're going to be checking in with them next as they go up against Cog.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we do have that matchup. So make sure you stay tuned.